Many of us have been given the invitation to stop and follow him. But just like fishing nets, we got caught up in something else. We get caught up in our own little world. When the Bible says you're in this world, but you're not of this world. That means that the system that you're trying to work out on your own doesn't apply to you anymore. You're living in a different system, but you're trying to work it your way. Now, Peter had to set aside everything he knew to follow him. Again, what are you entangled in that's keeping you from following the Lord? What net, per se, is tying you up? Because I ask you this question, are you everything that you could be? Again, what's holding you back? Here's the thing. Peter wanted what the Lord had to offer. He wanted it more than his past life. So he left his nets immediately and followed him. Let me ask you a derogatory question, or what if Peter didn't leave his nets? Would he have become the greatest fisherman? Would he have became, I don't know, had a string of boats? See, can you imagine the life he would have missed out on? Peter's shadow raised the dead, healed the sick. Peter gave the message where 3,000 people were added to the church on Pentecost. Peter was one of the prime disciples that Jesus left here on earth to continue the church. Peter was a knucklehead. But yet God used him mightily. Because it says, I'm getting ahead. But he told Peter, I will make you. I will make you fishers of men. What could God do and make you become if you were to leave what's tying you up now? Leave the world behind and follow in his footsteps. Can you imagine where you would be? How much different your life would be? See, can you imagine the life he would have missed out on if he would have never discovered what the Lord saw in him? Third point. I only got 10. I'm just kidding. We're not going to be here too long. Third point. Step into the water. Jesus told the disciples to, okay, let me start this over again. Third step into the water. Jesus had just fed 5,000 people. And he told his disciples to go over to the other side. And he would meet them there. But he told them to go to the other side, right? He went up and prayed. He dismissed the people away, went up and prayed. The disciples went out. And how many know that they were fishermen? So this wasn't the first time they got in a boat and traveled across the Galilee Sea. Nope, wasn't the first time. But of all their years fishing, the apostles have never faced a storm like this. It was actually like if the storm was trying to destroy them. It was so violent and so deadly that they were, I don't want to say they were crying, but they were fearing for their life. It seemed like all that storm wanted to do was stop them from getting to the other side. And the question comes, where was the Lord? Now, I told you where he was. He was on the other side feeding the 5,000. He had just finished feeding the 5,000. He went up to pray. And here the apostles are in the ship. And I can imagine Peter. I'm sorry, I'm imagining a whole bunch of stuff, but this is just the way my brain works. I can imagine him looking up at the sky like today. I looked out the window and it was gloomy, and I thought, oh, it's just gloomy. Then I looked out, it was pouring rain. So what's going on? Well, this day, Peter looked up and he wondered how long this storm was going to last. He was looking for a break, but he didn't see one. So again, he started to focus on the raging sea because he had to keep busy to try not to die. See, and as he focused on the sea, fear came in. Doubt came in. The thought of death even crossed his mind. But when all hope seemed to be gone, that's when they saw him. That's when they saw Jesus walking on top of the waves. Or the water. And here comes Jesus. Before they could cry out to him, he said in Matthew 14:27, it says, "But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, 'Be of good cheer, it is I, do not be afraid.'"